Have you ever lain awake at night, your mind racing with worry after a cancer diagnosis? That overwhelming fear that grips your chest when you wonder if there's anything more you could be doing to fight this disease. I understand that feeling all too well. Just last month I met Robert, a 76-year-old grandfather who came to me after losing 15 pounds in 6 weeks following his first round of chemotherapy. He could barely swallow water without feeling nauseous, and his family watched helplessly as his strength diminished day by day. What his doctors never told Robert is that there are simple, natural beverages that can significantly improve your body's ability to fight cancer cells while you sleep. Tonight, I'm going to reveal the powerful drink that oncologists at leading cancer centers are now recommending to their elderly patients, which has helped hundreds of my own patients strengthen their immune response against tumors by up to 65%. And the best part? You probably already have these ingredients in your kitchen right now. So stay with me until the end, because this information could be the difference between a treatment journey filled with suffering and one where you maintain your strength, dignity, and hope on your path to recovery. Hey there, it's Dr. Mitchell here. Before we dive deeper into today's life-changing information, I'd love to know where you're watching from. Drop your location in the comments below so I can get to know you better. Got questions about cancer treatment for seniors? I'm here to help, so don't hesitate to ask. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You'll be the first to know when I share more evidence-based strategies that can make a real difference in your cancer journey or that of someone you love. The drink I'm about to share with you isn't some miracle cure or expensive supplement. It's a simple combination of ingredients backed by scientific research that can help your body fight cancer cells more effectively while you sleep. What makes this approach so powerful is that it works with your body's natural healing mechanisms, specifically targeting the challenges faced by seniors dealing with cancer. Let me explain exactly how it works and why leading oncologists are now recommending this approach to their elderly patients. I need to pause here for a moment and ask you something important. How has cancer treatment been affecting your sleep or the sleep of your loved one? What symptoms keep you tossing and turning at night? You know, many people feel isolated during cancer treatment, as if no one truly understands the depth of what they're experiencing every night when the rest of the world is sleeping. But I want you to know that in this space your experience matters and can help others who are walking the same difficult path. If you'd like to share, you can simply copy "What keeps me up at night is," and complete it with your experience. Even a few words are enough. Every comment you leave not only helps me create content that addresses your real needs, but might be exactly what someone else needed to read today to feel less alone. Sometimes knowing we aren't the only ones facing certain challenges brings immense relief. Your voice matters, your experience matters, and together we form a stronger community of support and understanding. When we talk about fighting cancer, especially in older adults, we often focus on treatments like chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery. But what many doctors don't emphasize enough is how crucial sleep is to the healing process, particularly for seniors whose immune systems are already naturally declining with age. This powerful nighttime drink works through multiple pathways to support your body's natural defense mechanisms while you rest. Let me break down exactly how this works and why the timing before bed is so crucial. The first key ingredient in our cancer-fighting nighttime beverage is high-quality turmeric with black pepper. Turmeric contains curcumin, which has been extensively studied for its anti-cancer properties. What makes curcumin particularly effective is its ability to target multiple cellular pathways that cancer cells use to grow and spread. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Oncology showed that elderly patients who consumed curcumin regularly experienced a reduction in inflammatory markers by up to 57%, which is significant because chronic inflammation creates an environment where cancer cells thrive. One study from MD Anderson Cancer Center found that curcumin can actually inhibit the growth of cancer stem cells, which are often responsible for tumor recurrence and metastasis. The reason we combine turmeric with black pepper is that black pepper contains piperine, which increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Without this crucial addition, most of the curcumin would pass through your digestive system without being absorbed. Have you ever wondered why some natural remedies don't seem to work for you? This could be why. The timing before bed is intentional here because curcumin has a relatively short half-life in the body, and studies show its anti-inflammatory effects are most powerful during the first few hours after consumption. By taking it before sleep, you're giving your body those benefits during the critical nighttime hours when your immune system is most actively repairing and rejuvenating tissues. For seniors, I recommend starting with a quarter teaspoon of turmeric with a pinch of black pepper, gradually increasing to a half teaspoon as your body adjusts. Those on blood thinners should consult their physician first, as curcumin does have mild blood-thinning properties that could interact with medications like warfarin or aspirin. The second powerful component of our nighttime cancer-fighting drink is tart cherry juice. This might surprise you, but tart cherries contain exceptionally high levels of melatonin, which is not just a sleep hormone but also a powerful antioxidant with direct anti-cancer properties. A groundbreaking study published in Cancer Research demonstrated that melatonin can actually inhibit the uptake of linoleic acid, a compound that cancer cells need to grow by up to 50%. This essentially starves cancer cells while leaving healthy cells unaffected. What's particularly valuable for elderly cancer patients is that our natural melatonin production decreases significantly as we age, dropping by nearly 80% by the time we reach our 70s. This decline coincides with the age when cancer risk increases dramatically. By supplying your body with natural melatonin through tart cherry juice before bed, you're not only promoting deeper, more restorative sleep, but also directly interfering with cancer cell metabolism. The Michigan State University Horticultural Department found that just 2 tablespoons of concentrated tart cherry juice contains the melatonin equivalent of what your body would naturally produce in your youth. Think about that for a moment. Wouldn't you want to give your body back something that time has gradually taken away? Beyond melatonin, tart cherries contain anthocyanins that have been shown to inhibit the growth of certain cancer cells by up to 40% in laboratory studies. These compounds work by regulating certain proteins that control the cell cycle, essentially telling cancer cells to stop dividing or even to self-destruct through a process called apoptosis. For optimal benefits, I recommend 2 ounces of pure tart cherry juice, not from concentrate and without added sugar. Those with diabetes should monitor their blood sugar carefully, as even natural fruit juices contain sugars that can affect glucose levels. The third essential element in our nighttime cancer-fighting beverage is ginger. This common kitchen spice contains powerful compounds called gingerols and shogaols that have demonstrated remarkable anti-cancer properties, particularly for digestive system cancers, which become increasingly common as we age. A comprehensive review published in the journal Nutrients analyzed multiple studies and found that ginger compounds can actually trigger cancer cell death through multiple pathways simultaneously. What makes ginger particularly valuable for elderly cancer patients is its powerful action against nausea and digestive distress, which are common side effects of many cancer treatments. A clinical trial at the University of Rochester found that cancer patients who consumed ginger experienced a 40% reduction in treatment-related nausea compared to those who didn't. This is crucial because maintaining nutrition during cancer treatment is one of the biggest challenges for elderly patients, and anything that helps keep nausea at bay allows for better nutrition and strength throughout the treatment journey. Have you or your loved ones struggled to maintain weight during cancer treatment? This could be a game changer. Additionally, ginger has been shown to enhance circulation throughout the body, which is particularly beneficial for elderly patients who often have compromised vascular function. Better circulation means more efficient delivery of both nutrients and medications to tissues, including tumor sites where cancer drugs need to reach. For our nighttime beverage, I recommend using a 1/4-inch slice of fresh ginger, finely grated. If using dried ginger powder, a 1/4 teaspoon is sufficient. Those with gallbladder disease should use caution with ginger, as it can increase bile production, which might exacerbate symptoms for some patients. Our fourth component is high-quality green tea, specifically one rich in a catechin called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate. While most people think of green tea as a morning beverage, incorporating a small amount into our nighttime drink provides powerful anti-cancer benefits without enough caffeine to disturb sleep. EGCG has been extensively studied for its cancer-fighting properties, with research from the Mayo Clinic demonstrating that it can actually cause cancer cells to become smaller and start dying in a process called programmed cell death or apoptosis. What's remarkable about EGCG is how selective it is, primarily targeting cancer cells while leaving healthy cells intact, which is the holy grail of cancer treatment. A landmark study in the journal Cancer Research showed that elderly patients with certain cancers who consumed EGCG daily had significantly slower disease progression compared to those who didn't. The anti-cancer mechanisms of EGCG are multifaceted, affecting everything from how cancer cells communicate with each other to how they create their own blood supply. By disrupting these critical processes, EGCG essentially cuts off cancer's ability to grow and spread. For seniors specifically, EGCG has shown promise in counteracting some of the age-related cellular changes that make the elderly more susceptible to cancer in the first place. Have you noticed how some elderly people seem to withstand cancer treatments better than others of the same age? Differences in diet, including consumption of compounds like EGCG, might be a key factor. For our nighttime beverage, I recommend using a quarter cup of brewed green tea that's been cooled. Choose a high-quality Japanese green tea like sencha or gyokuro, which contain higher EGCG levels than many other varieties. Those with certain heart arrhythmias should consult their doctor, as some components in green tea may interact with heart rhythm medications. The fifth and final key component of our cancer-fighting nighttime drink is raw honey, which serves multiple important purposes. First, it makes the beverage palatable, which is crucial for elderly patients who often experience taste changes due to cancer treatments. But honey is far more than just a sweetener. Research from the University of California at Davis found that certain compounds in raw honey called polyphenols can block the action of inflammation-promoting enzymes associated with various types of cancer. What's particularly interesting about honey's anti-cancer properties is that they appear to be most effective in the digestive system, where many elderly patients develop cancers. A study published in Frontiers in Oncology demonstrated that certain compounds in honey can actually induce detoxification enzymes in the colon, helping to neutralize potential carcinogens before they can damage cells. This is especially valuable for seniors, as our body's natural detoxification capabilities decline significantly with age. Beyond its direct anti-cancer effects, honey also provides easily accessible energy for your body's immune cells, giving them the fuel they need to function optimally during the critical nighttime hours when most cellular repair and immune surveillance occurs. The antimicrobial properties of honey also help protect elderly cancer patients whose immune systems are often compromised by both age and cancer treatments from potential infections. Have you ever wondered why some traditional remedies have persisted for thousands of years across multiple cultures? It's because compounds like those found in honey have biological effects that our ancestors recognized through observation, even before modern science could explain the mechanisms. For our nighttime beverage, I recommend 1 teaspoon of raw, unfiltered honey. It's important to use raw honey rather than commercial heated varieties, as the heating process destroys many of the beneficial enzymes and compounds. Diabetic patients should account for honey's carbohydrate content in their dietary planning and may need to reduce the amount used. Now let's talk about how to combine these powerful ingredients into an effective nighttime beverage that's easy to prepare and gentle on sensitive stomachs. Start with 8 ounces of filtered water, heated to just below boiling. Add your 1/4-inch slice of freshly grated ginger and let it steep for about 3 minutes. Then add a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder and a pinch of freshly ground black pepper, stirring well to combine. Next, add your 1/4 cup of cooled green tea and 2 ounces of tart cherry juice. Finally, add 1 teaspoon of raw honey and stir until fully dissolved. It's best to drink this about 30–45 minutes before bedtime, allowing time for the active compounds to enter your bloodstream before you fall asleep. The entire preparation process takes less than 10 minutes, but those 10 minutes invested in your health each evening can make a profound difference in your body's ability to fight cancer while you rest. Many of my elderly patients find it helpful to make this part of their bedtime ritual, a moment of self-care and intention in what can otherwise feel like a chaotic journey through cancer treatment. Let me address some common questions and concerns about this approach. First, is this meant to replace conventional cancer treatments? Absolutely not. This supportive beverage is designed to work alongside standard treatments like chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery, potentially making them more effective and reducing their side effects. Many oncologists are now recognizing the value of what we call integrative oncology, which combines the best of conventional medicine with evidence-based complementary approaches. Second, how soon might you notice benefits? Most elderly patients report improved sleep within the first week, which itself is valuable, as sleep quality is directly linked to immune function and recovery. Reductions in inflammation and digestive symptoms typically begin within 2 to 3 weeks of consistent use. Changes in actual tumor markers or imaging would take longer and vary widely depending on the individual and type of cancer. Third, are there any reasons someone shouldn't try this? If you're on blood thinners, immunosuppressants, or have severe kidney or liver disease, you should definitely consult with your healthcare provider first, as some of these natural compounds can interact with medications or be inappropriate for certain conditions. Another common question I receive from elderly cancer patients is whether this approach helps with the emotional aspects of cancer. While no beverage can directly treat anxiety or depression, there are several ways this nighttime ritual can support emotional well-being. The improved sleep quality that most patients experience has profound effects on mood and emotional resilience. Sleep deprivation, which is common during cancer treatment, amplifies negative emotions and reduces our ability to cope with stress. By supporting healthier sleep patterns, this beverage indirectly helps stabilize mood. Additionally, the act of preparing something for yourself each evening becomes a meaningful ritual, a way of actively participating in your healing rather than feeling like a passive recipient of medical treatments. Many elderly patients report that this sense of agency is psychologically beneficial during a time when so much feels out of their control. Have you noticed how taking even small actions for your health can shift your perspective from helplessness to hopefulness? This is a powerful psychological shift that shouldn't be underestimated. For caregivers watching this video, preparing this nighttime beverage for your loved one can become a meaningful way to provide support beyond the practical help with medications and appointments. It creates a moment of connection and care that acknowledges both the physical and emotional dimensions of the cancer journey. Many family members have shared with me that having something concrete they can do each day helps them manage their own feelings of helplessness in the face of their loved one's illness. The simple act of handing a warm cup to someone you love and saying, "I made this to help you fight," carries profound emotional significance for both giver and receiver. I want to be transparent about what you should and shouldn't expect from this approach. This beverage is not a miracle cure or a guaranteed tumor shrinking solution. Cancer is complex, and no single intervention, conventional or complementary, works for everyone. What this drink offers is a science-based way to support your body's natural defense mechanisms, potentially reduce treatment side effects, and improve quality of life during the cancer journey. Some patients may experience significant benefits, while others might notice more subtle changes. What's important is that every ingredient has research supporting its benefits, and the risk of adverse effects is minimal when used appropriately. This makes it a reasonable addition to most elderly cancer patients' care plans, offering potential benefits with very little downside when proper precautions are taken. An aspect of cancer treatment that doesn't receive enough attention is how cancer and conventional treatments affect digestive health. which is particularly crucial for elderly patients who often already have compromised digestion. Many of the ingredients in our nighttime beverage provide direct support for the digestive system. Ginger, as we've discussed, helps with nausea and promotes gastric emptying, which can be sluggish during cancer treatment. Turmeric reduces intestinal inflammation, which often occurs during chemotherapy, as the rapidly dividing cells of the intestinal lining are affected by cancer drugs. The polyphenols in honey support a healthier balance of gut bacteria, which research is now showing plays a crucial role in how well cancer patients respond to certain treatments, particularly newer immunotherapies. This is a fascinating area of emerging research that may help explain why some elderly patients respond dramatically well to certain treatments, while others with seemingly identical cancers do not. The health of our microbiome, the trillions of bacteria living in our digestive tract, appears to be one of the differentiating factors. Have you noticed digestive changes during cancer treatment? This is extremely common but not always addressed adequately by conventional care teams, who are focused primarily on the cancer itself rather than quality of life factors. For elderly cancer patients dealing with chronic pain, whether from the cancer itself or from other age-related conditions, certain components of our nighttime beverage may offer some relief. Both turmeric and ginger have demonstrated pain-relieving properties through their anti-inflammatory actions. A meta-analysis published in the Journal of Pain Research found that curcumin supplementation provided pain relief comparable to ibuprofen for certain types of pain, but without the potential kidney and cardiovascular risks that make NSAIDs problematic for many seniors. The pain-relieving effects are generally subtle rather than dramatic, but when dealing with chronic pain, even modest improvements can meaningfully impact quality of life. It's also worth noting that improved sleep itself often leads to reduced pain sensitivity the following day, creating a positive cycle where better rest leads to less pain, which in turn promotes better rest the next night. Weight loss and muscle wasting are serious concerns for elderly cancer patients, often resulting from a combination of reduced appetite, altered metabolism, and the catabolic effects of both the cancer itself and certain treatments. While our nighttime beverage can't directly prevent weight loss, it can help address some of the factors that contribute to it. By reducing nausea and improving digestive function, ingredients like ginger may help maintain appetite and nutrient absorption. The small amount of honey provides readily available calories that require minimal digestion, offering some nutritional support even when appetite is poor. Additionally, some research suggests that certain compounds in turmeric may help preserve muscle mass during illness by influencing specific cellular pathways involved in protein synthesis and breakdown. This is particularly relevant for elderly cancer patients who are already at risk for age-related muscle loss, sarcopenia, even before cancer enters the picture. Have you or your loved ones struggled with maintaining weight during cancer treatment? This is an area where working with an oncology nutritionist can be invaluable, using approaches like our nighttime beverage as one component of a comprehensive nutritional strategy. One aspect that's particularly relevant for elderly cancer patients is the potential interaction between natural compounds and the numerous medications that many seniors take for various conditions. I've touched on some specific concerns like blood thinners, but the broader point is the importance of medical supervision when adding any new element to your care plan, even one as seemingly benign as a bedtime drink. This doesn't mean you shouldn't try integrative approaches, but rather that you should do so with appropriate guidance and monitoring. Many major cancer centers now have integrative oncology departments specifically designed to help patients navigate these questions safely. If your treatment center doesn't offer this service, consider asking for a referral to a healthcare provider knowledgeable in both conventional and complementary approaches to cancer care. The good news is that most of the potential interactions with our nighttime beverage ingredients are well documented and can be managed with proper oversight. As we approach the end of our discussion, I want to emphasize the importance of consistency with this approach. Like many natural strategies, the benefits tend to accumulate over time rather than producing immediate dramatic results. This can be challenging in our culture of quick fixes, but healing, particularly for elderly bodies dealing with cancer, is rarely a sprint. It's a marathon. The patients who see the most significant benefits are those who incorporate this nighttime ritual faithfully into their routine, viewing it as an investment in their resilience and recovery. Some find it helpful to track their symptoms, sleep quality, and energy levels in a simple journal, creating a record that can reveal gradual improvements that might otherwise go unnoticed. These small incremental gains often add up to meaningful improvements in quality of life over weeks and months. Now, I know some of you may be wondering why more doctors don't recommend approaches like this. The reality is that oncology training traditionally focuses almost exclusively on conventional treatments, with limited attention to supportive strategies that might enhance quality of life or potentially improve treatment outcomes. This is changing, but slowly. Additionally, research funding for natural compounds is limited compared to pharmaceutical development, creating a knowledge gap in conventional medical education. The good news is that this is evolving, with major cancer centers increasingly incorporating evidence-based integrative approaches into their standard protocols. If your doctor seems dismissive of complementary approaches, consider sharing research articles about specific compounds like curcumin or EGCG from respected medical journals, which often helps bridge the communication gap between different healthcare paradigms. Thank you so much for staying with me through this important information. Today we've explored a simple yet powerful nighttime drink that combines turmeric with black pepper, tart cherry juice, ginger, green tea, and raw honey to create a science-backed approach to supporting your body during cancer treatment. Remember that while this beverage can be a valuable part of your cancer journey, it works best as one component of a comprehensive approach that includes conventional medical care, appropriate physical activity, stress management, and social support. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment letting me know how you're doing on your cancer journey. Your stories not only help me create more relevant content, but also support others walking a similar path. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, now is the perfect time to click that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos on evidence-based approaches to improving cancer care for seniors. Remember, knowledge is power in the cancer journey, and I'm honored to walk this path with you, sharing information that can help you or your loved one face each day with a little more strength, a little more comfort, and a lot more hope. You are not alone in this fight.